You're good. Anyway, carry on.
Thank you, Mr.
All right. Hopefully my internet doesn't cut out here. I'm gonna make Ethan the host just in case.
Okay.
I need to switch from my hotspot to my Wi-Fi really quick. Otherwise, we're gonna have a
What?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. BIOS. Just give me a minute, and then we'll get started here.
I think we're getting him back here.
There we go. Okay. Hold up. Now I'm on my Wi-Fi. Okay, so my internet should work a lot better.
Samson.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. I should call you the Yeti.
Yeah.
The Samson mic becomes the Yeti. Oh my gosh.
Samson.
Is that Chris?
It's Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Hey.
And Chris.
Look at that.
What's up, Delfino squared halved?
Chris
Delfino half squared.
It's the boys.
Welcome, guys.
Awesome. Welcome.
It's the boys with a OIS.
Necessity.
Cool. All right. Well,
All right.
we're very happy to have everybody here. Hopefully more people will continue to jump in. This is going to be more of a presentation meeting / thing where we just talk about everything that's happened and everything that is about to happen with ears and everything that we hope to happen next quarter. So for everybody that has been joining us all fall quarter, thank you for coming to this meeting. And for everybody that is new, welcome to the ears student group. You are officially in. Cameron Diaz, let's drop that Discord link to get everybody in there in that Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet.
Welcome to the party. The old guy says.
My name is Jack Adams. I'm president of the ears student group. Cameron Diaz is our vice president. Cameron, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Cameron. I am a third-year music major, and yeah, I'm the vice president for ears this year.
Awesome. Cameron Westmoreland, is he here?
Yeah. Hi. I'm Cameron, and I am the 4th-year music composition major, and I am the secretary this year.
Awesome. David Truall.
Hello. I'm David. I'm a second-year music major, and I'm the treasurer of the student group.
Awesome. Cool. So we got a lot of things planned this quarter. Obviously, welcome to winter quarter. To begin, showing up is 80% of life, so thank you for being here. It's been a really crazy year for the ears student group. Before, we spent a lot of time in an actual studio. This is actually before I was even a member of ears. We have Ethan Castro here, who was one of the founders of the ears student group. So if he wanted to talk a little bit about what ears has been before this year, we would love to hear it.
I do. Cool. Yeah, ears the studio, and I'm not making this up from the top of my head at all whatsoever, but it's pretty easy because this is my lived experience. As soon as I came to UCR, the Dr. Chagas, who's the actual director of the ears facility, the actual studio that's just off campus, which is pretty badass. And as soon as we're off of quarantine and this coronavirus stuff, I can't wait to get back and just host like a big ass Smash session. We're gonna do Smash Bros on the screen and have all the speakers up all at the same time. It's so cool. Using all of our technology and all the cool ways that we can use sound, just make the ultimate experience. I can't wait to do that again. That's the most fun thing we used to do at the beginning and the ends of the years. But the studio itself hasn't been used or there wasn't a lot of activity going on there. And it's hard because it's a lot of advanced equipment. And there wasn't a lot of people that knew how to use that stuff, and there's no reason to use that kind of stuff, especially in the experimental ways that it has. And so something that I've always wanted to do, and something that Dr. Chagas, and I think kind of the reason they brought me to UCR is how to make it accessible and manageable, and how to teach undergrads and people how to use the stuff that's at the studio. And so while yes, the stuff at the studio and the knowledge that we have as a ears kind of unit outside of the student group is immense, and we can do some experimental crazy shit. We can make what's it called, a Wiimote into an instrument. We make little types of electronics and stuff, and we're making new technologies, and there's a lot that we can do. But I think the easiest way to get in to start doing stuff and start thinking in the cool and creative ways is through music production, songwriting camps. Come in and give us an idea. And so if you start there, then the road is endless, but you got to get started somewhere. And so I think the songwriting camps and ears, what it does and what it provides, all the activities that we do, is a great starting point for you to think creatively, collaboratively, and how to start thinking technically, and how to start making stuff that's going to actually impact or affect other people. So I'm so happy with what the Ear Student Group has become, especially being on coronavirus, being everyone's at home, the fact that we still are together and we're growing. It's insane. Every other student group has pretty much gone non-existent, except for a couple that have kind of adapted. But the fact that we're so integrated with technology has shown that we're adaptable, and that there's still something here that holds us all together. And so I'm excited to see what happens in the near future and when we get back in person. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you continue to be a part of this for as long as you're here at UCR.
Thanks, Ethan. So just to recap for what happened, the coronavirus happened, 2020. I became a member of the Ear Student Group very late in the spring quarter, right at the beginning of this. And the e-board, when there was 5 of us, we were all faced with this challenge of having to keep the club alive while we were stuck at home. And as somebody, I don't know how the rest of the board feels about it, but as somebody who had never even been to an Ears event, had only been to like 2 towards the very end when nobody really showed up, it was like very intimidating. So another thing I wanted to mention, just so that we don't forget about it, Yun and Dr. Chagas, in the meantime, over summer, started doing this research project called Nostalgia, Music, and Human Affect Behavior. You can find this on the Ear Student Group website at earsucr.edu. And yeah, that's that. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So what we did was we started doing songwriting camps over summer. We started hosting these virtual songwriting camps from Zoom, where we would put people in the breakout rooms, and basically you would be partnered in like a strategically partnered group, and you would have to write songs and then record the songs, mix the songs, and then we would all show what we did, and we have a couple of days to refine those songs before the board uploaded it to the SoundCloud. And over summer, we did 3 of these events. We did one in May, July, and September. And what began to happen was in the beginning, we had this body of students, this community that continued to deplete. It continued to go down in attendance. And so what we realized we needed to do was we needed to do 3 things. We needed to build up a community. We needed to provide them some sort of value. And then we needed to, we really wanted to expand Ears to other colleges and get it on the same level as what a lot of the business student orgs are like, such as Alpha, where it's like a national club. It's like stretched across the entire country. And what it's done is it's actually created a network. So it provides professional opportunity for its members, because when the members graduate, they can put Alpha on their resume. And somebody who is likely within one of the business firms that they're applying to was also a member of Alpha, because it's a generational thing. And this is the big vision we have for Ears. We have it turning into first the statewide sort of student org, and then hopefully one day a national student org, assuming that the future boards, these future generations carry on and are just as passionate about the cause of the student organization. So another thing that we faced as we got into fall was our vice president resigned, Adam Wise, and it was really unfortunate. It was really hard for the e-board. Not only did we lose somebody who was extremely talented and had been a member of Ears for a number of years, but we lost somebody who was a really good friend of ours and somebody that we liked having around. And this is something that is normal for people to face within organizations. And it's just important to see it with a positive mindset and always welcome them back during events.
Just to be clear, he didn't die, he just left.
I totally did not think of it like that. He didn't like the
just to be clear.
Yeah, he didn't die.
he just was able to, he had enough stuff that he gained from Ears that he was going to move on to other professional activities. That's all that.
Yeah, pretty much what it was. So what we ended up doing was we ended up doing these information sessions where we would talk. I would mostly give information sessions about music business and stuff like that, because I'm a business major and I'm also a music business nerd. Like I sit around and just read music business books all day. So it was really easy for me to just put together these information sessions and talk about the things I was reading. And then we also had Adam, before he left, he gave a DAW basics and the physics of sound information session. He was a really good producer. So it was a really valuable information session. Then we had the two Camerons, Cameron Diaz and Cameron Westmoreland, give an information session about, which one was it? Basic music theory. So these are really cool because what it is it's student members coming together and doing research and then presenting their research to the student group. And what this does for an organization is it provides value to the people that are there and gives them a reason to come back because they're walking away with something. And this is a pinnacle part of what the EAR student group has adopted this year. As the current e-board, we would really like for music business to remain a part of the triad of the EAR student group, which is music business, songwriting, and production and engineering. These three things are what make EAR student groups so valuable within the UC system, and music business as the very top one, because the UC system does not teach music business. They strictly teach things like music theory, music history, and stuff like that. So this is why the EAR student group is so valuable, and this is why we were able to maintain a community. Then we did more songwriting camps. I think I already mentioned the September 4th one, but on October 23rd and November 20th, we did a songwriting camp on October 23rd that had 5 groups and 5 songs. And there were about 19 people that participated in this. But then we did an expansion effort by reaching out to a university in Mexico and doing a songwriting camp with them, which boosted our attendance to about 50 people, created these revolutionary, amazing songs. And there were 8 songs that came out of this. And it fostered new friendships amongst people within the EAR student group. So it's created this network now between UC Riverside and UNAM by having us all in the same Discord platform and being able to collaborate on projects in the future. Another thing that we ended up doing this last quarter was we introduced this new thing called open mics. So open mics were a thing that would go on like at coffee shops and stuff like that. And it's a really cool way for you to be vulnerable and also make friends with people. And so doing it virtually was even more convenient because you didn't have to drive all the way to the coffee shop and sign a list for you to be up next. Maybe you had some people show up waiting for you to go up and perform, but you took too long to go up at my dad. But so what we ended up doing was we had the very first event on November 4th, and it was kind of a test. It was kind of a prototype to see what would happen. And then eventually the student group became really excited about this. And they started saying, why don't we do themes? So then they started proposing that we would do the different decades. So we started performing songs that were 1960s related, 1970s. By the way, this was all just within a Zoom call. And we would have somewhere between like 9 to 15 people showing up every week, 3 days a week to all of these events. So if that doesn't show value within a student organization, I don't know what does, because that is commitment right there. As a community. And then David Truong would also, our treasurer, he would push for these game nights where we would play Among Us. We were one of the first student orgs on campus to play Among Us. And from there, everyone else started doing it. But Among Us never fails us. We wanted to do Minecraft and stuff like that, but Minecraft costs money, Among Us is free. We also dabbled with Pictionary a little bit. But here's some screenshots of us playing Among Us. And then by the end of the quarter, the e-board applied for Student Org of the Quarter, and we won it. We got Student Org of the Quarter, which was a huge accomplishment for the student group. And this is all thanks to the EARS community for being so involved with everything we had going on and supportive. And not only that, but reaching out to help us to keep EARS alive. And then to wrap up the quarter, we did the Christmas experience, which was basically students put together songs where they actually created all of the instrumental tracks, did all of the mixes, did all of the vocals, and just covered songs like music or Christmas songs. And there were 8 songs that came out with only 15 people. Not only that, but Santiago and Chloe, if they're here today, they coordinated editing the music videos for all of these songs. So they created 8 music videos. They went so hard on these music videos, and you can find them on the EAR Student Group YouTube channel. Cameron Diaz, can you post a link to the EAR Student Group YouTube channel right now? Thank you. Okay, now we're entering into winter quarter. Does anyone have any questions or anything they wanted to add to what happened last quarter? Ethan, do you got anything you want to add to last quarter?
I mean, there's some other stuff in between. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that we did. like in addition to all of these things. Don't forget that while these big things are happening, each one of the students or each one of the members has their own things going on. And most Fridays, or even during the week or so, we're all working together to help make these things come out and come through. And while it wasn't exactly like that's not necessarily a primary focus for the organization, it's certainly a welcome byproduct that happens with working on music all the time, every day, or during the week when you're not doing classes and stuff. So don't forget, what we're showing is only a fraction of what actually happened. And you beat me for the YouTube thing. Thanks.
Just the YouTube thing. And then Cameron, if you wanted to drop all of the other links too, I don't know if you're doing that right now. I'm not looking at the chat. But in the Discord, if you go to rules and info, you will find links to all of our social sites that we have. And I'm going to get even more into that in a little bit. So winter quarter, here we are. We have this community. We have all of this. We've accomplished step one. Remember, it was building up a community. It was providing professional opportunity and value, and then expanding to other colleges. So in winter quarter, what we're going to be doing is we have the information sessions on Mondays. We have the open mics on Wednesdays still. And then we have the general meetings on Fridays. Is Kirsten here? No? Okay. Kirsten, is Chloe here? Because one of them were talking about doing a certain theme. I don't know if they wanted to talk about that theme for the open mics or not.
Huh?
No? Okay.
Do you want to? No.
So
Right.
I think they wanted to do genres for the open mics, which would be pretty cool. So moving right along, we're starting this new thing within the EAR student group to provide its members with professional opportunity, which is a thing called the EAR's Accelerated Release Program. And so what this is basically it's going to allow the students to work together based on all of the information sessions we had last quarter about music business, all the things we've learned, and the things that we'll continue to research this quarter through our information sessions and our Friday general meetings to work together and make sure that by the end of this quarter, we all release at least one song on all digital streaming platforms. And the way that this is going to work is the e-board has sat down and constructed a series of steps that are required in order for somebody to successfully release their music and not miss a single step. So the very first phase is the creation phase, which is basically writing the song and discovering your artist identity and doing market research to figure out what type of sound it is that you're going for. And by the end of this phase, the goal would be to have the song written and recorded. And 2 weeks seems like a short amount of time, right? Wrong, because when you look at the songwriting camps we've done, we've all done this before in a matter of 3 days. This is something that can be done. And if we need to, we will add another week in here. If you count up the weeks, it only adds up to 9. So we're leaving 1 extra week in there for leeway. We might have to leave it for that first week. The second phase is brand image, which is basically about figuring out your brand image, like the color scheme you're going for, creating your social sites and all of that, your website, and doing more market research to figure out the types of artists that you look up to and making sure that your brand image is on par with theirs. Not to say that it would replicate theirs, but to make sure that it's on the same level of professionalism as theirs. Phase 3 would be registering the release, which is basically submitting to your distributor, maybe registering the copyright, registering with a PRO, a sound recording PRO, going through the whole registration process, which I anticipate to take only 2 weeks. And based on all of the information sessions we've done, this is something that can be accomplished within a matter of 2 weeks. Finally, phase 4 is building up a portfolio. What this entails is basically writing a bio for yourself, writing an elevator pitch, which is pretty fun. And then lastly, writing a press release. So basically the goal would be for each member to schedule a day for their release during phase 3, but also schedule a day for an event. So the event, being that we can't meet in person, would have to be a Zoom event. And this might be able to tap into what's called local press. If anybody remembers what local press was. Local press, if you write a press release, you can get into it by submitting to a local, Ethan, what are you doing? Submitting to a local press outlet.
This is good music, man.
Oh, okay. Submitting to a local press outlet. And then if you build up enough press and you build up a good portfolio for yourself. This is super attractive to managers and lawyers. So later on, when you're really honing in on your professional artistic self, the two main people you want is a manager and a lawyer, which is why the portfolio is so important, which is why we spaced it out for 3 weeks for the portfolio. So this is the EARS Accelerated Release Program. And this is the professional opportunity for this quarter. Next is constructing the network. And the network is hinting towards expansion. EARS expanding across the state. And basically, in order to do this, what we've done is we've created EARS committees. So we have the social media committee, the Treasury Committee, production, engineering, and film committees to basically, mostly the social and Treasury Committee, to hone in on finding ways to incorporate people from different UC schools to come in and attend our events. And this is what the committees are for. And basically, the social media committee, we have Kirsten, Santiago, Chloe, Alex, and Teresa as all members of the social media committee. Please, if I forget anybody's name, please speak up, because I did this just before this meeting. I didn't do it like yesterday and come back and revise it. So
Hey, you forgot yourself, but that's fine.
Yeah. Well, okay. So like with the social media committee, the main goals are engagement and expansion. The social media committee and the film committee will be working hand in hand to make sure that the engagement is in par, and that the expansion effort is really taking place by reaching out to people on social media. Kirsten is very active at doing that, and reaching out to the other student orgs at UC Riverside and including them in what we have going on. Next is the Treasury Committee. As some of you might know, we didn't collect any money last quarter, so the goal for this quarter is to collect funds. And so we've actually created a committee designated to strictly this job. And the people that we have on this are Alex, Andrew, Teresa, Santiago, and Brandon. These people have stepped up and are demonstrating their leadership skills by coming together and helping us to better our student organization. Also by helping to devise the plans for the expansion process for the EARS student group. Next is the film committee. We got Santiago and Chloe on the film committee. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody, but these two people worked so hard last quarter towards the very end. They went above and beyond with creating the Christmas playlist videos. Ethan, I don't know if you had any plans for this film committee this quarter, but if you wanted to go ahead and mention some.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of offers to do, or not offers, but opportunities to do a documentary, 2 paid documentaries for the film committee. And that's just the beginning. Not only the documentaries that have come in, which is interesting that they're not going through TFDP, but I guess, hey, when your audio is so good, they're like, hey, we want the people with the good audio. I'm just saying. But not just that, but we also got music videos are going to have to be made for all of the student artists that are getting ready to release their tracks. I might be perusing for a music video myself, and there might be some other opportunities that can come up. And this is just the beginning. I mean, it kind of accidentally was created. There was an idea back in the day about we should do eyes with ears, get it? So yeah, and then it was kind of like a joke for a while until then it became a real thing last quarter. And then with that, now it's like, okay, there's actually a real need, and there's actually there's just a real need for people that are competent in both audio and visual components. So this is a huge competitive advantage and compelling advantage for coming to EARS. What does eye stand for in this context? The things that are in your eye sockets that help you see the world. That's what it stands for.
Those, yeah.
Those. Actually, it's funny. We actually figured out it was experimental, and if you kind of cut off the bottom of the Y, it was like a V, right? So it was like experimental video entertainment studio.
And then the bottom of the Y turns into an I.
Exactly. Experimental video. That's right. You know, they get to the Yiddish, the experimental video entertainment studio. It's okay.
All right, Ethan. What about the engineering committee? What's the plans for?
Hell yeah, we already have another. Okay, so last year, engineering committee was formed in order to do the December 9th concert for the UC Riverside Music Department. We had, you know, how everyone is like at home and can't perform, so that kind of sucks for all the performing groups. However, for the last 2 quarters, I've been working with the concert band to make these virtual performances where we record everybody at home, put them together almost like they were recording in a studio, edit it all down, and then also edit a video to it, and then boom, they have a live performance that they can be happy and attend a live performance of them performing at the same time. It's awesome. Last quarter, we had something really cool where we did a telematic performance where they're actually literally performing at the same time from all their homes, and then we recorded it down into a thing, like live, 100% live at the same time. That was pretty badass, and I think they're looking to do more of that kind of experimentation. But for sure, everybody last quarter, all the different performing groups got a video and or a performance of some sort, and they were just blown away, and they're floored with the quality and the amazing professionalism that the ear student group showed. And everyone who is in that committee is getting paid $500 for their work that they did to help the music department. Yep.
Incredible. So we got,
oh boy, got you.
we got Santiago, Brandon, Andrew, Aaron, CJ, Chloe, Claire, Kaylon, and Max, all within the engineering committee currently.
Yep. And there's more of that coming this quarter too.
Awesome. Next is the production committee, Ethan.
Yep. Even more. Hey, if you thought there was nothing to do beforehand, there's a lot to do now. So I don't know if you know this, but people are releasing music, right? So with every release, there comes the opportunity to have remixes, and also your own productions that be put along with these other these releases, right? Your own VIP remix, your own reproduction of stuff, and also collabing with other people. So the first project we got coming out on the production committee right now is remixing the newest release out of EOI Records, G Bautista's Wildfire project. It's already getting hit pretty well. It's got Journey on it. It's got a whole bunch of new people on it, and it's some fire tracks that are on that thing. Is that right? Do we still use fire? Is that a thing? Do we still use?
We use water.
Fire. Is it water? So there's
No,
got some
fire.
water tracks.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right, but
Anyways,
I'll
so we
get
got
your thing.
Santiago, Brandon, and Justa, all within the production committee.
That's right.
Those are the committees. I feel like I'm missing. So anyways, I'm going to come back to the committees. Songwriting camps that we have planned for this quarter. You're going to want to write down these dates. These are extremely important dates. We have January 22nd for the very first songwriting camp. It's the predicted time for this event is at 5:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time via Zoom. You'll hear about this if you follow our social sites and you stay active in the Discord. You will hear about this. The next one is February 19th, which the predicted time for this is 5:30 to 9 o'clock p.m. And same thing, Pacific Standard Time via Zoom. And these events are great for collaborating with the other UC schools, and not to mention inviting your friends. If you haven't noticed, this is online, so it's not like they have to come to the campus. You can invite people to come to these virtual events and get them active in the group to help spread the word and build up this community. Okay, so here's where the committees come back. Being a member in these committees really demonstrates leadership within the ear student group and shows that you're compassionate about what you have going on. It shows that what you're doing is not just about being on some board to put it on your resume, right? You genuinely care about what's going on here. You genuinely love the people within the group. And so being on the committees is a great way to potentially be elected as the next e-board. So this quarter, we have to begin the process of passing the torch, so to speak, which is basically we're going to be holding elections at the end of winter quarter. You'll hear more about it in the Discord. We'll probably send in like a survey of some sort to offer the different board positions that we would like to exist next year that are projected to help the organization survive next year. And then people would apply to those positions. And then at the very end, people can campaign up until the very end, where the student org and the e-board will vote to elect the next e-board. And after that, the new e-board will basically shadow the old e-board over spring quarter, and then the torch will officially be passed on to the new e-board at the start of summer 2021. So keep an eye out for that if it's something you're interested in.
If I could say another appealing thing about being either on e-board or in the leadership, one, you get to lead this incredible group of individuals, and then two, you get to grow and expand and push it to a new direction, bring your own vision on it. But also three, you also get a dope ass letter of recommendation if you need it. I know a couple of people in the leadership positions who have gotten some amazing letters of recommendation for the work they are doing as far as leading and being a part of the student group and even taking leadership roles, even if they're not officially in the leadership role. But there's no better place to be a leader than in a leadership role where you can actually make some good change and expand this love that we have for music to more people who need it and deserve it in other campuses. So just as a heads up, in case you're not even doing music later, that letter of rec can really come in handy.
I have to say though, being a member of the EARS student group and being on the board for the EARS student group is such a gift. This is like one of the coolest things I think I've ever done in my life. Seriously.
Aww.
Being on the board for the EARS student group provides you so much value. You learn so many things. It outweighs any resume, any letter of rec, anything you could possibly be doing. The EARS student group, being on the board for this club and being involved with the people that have graduated from the EARS student group, like Ethan and his friends and what we have going on at EOI, and keeping in touch with all of that, you join something that is much greater than just a resume booster. You join something that has so much value and so much, it just drives you beyond anything you could ever imagine. So just keep that in mind.
We love you too, Jack.
I'm serious. We have people within this club that I think we can all recognize, see it as more than just a resume booster if they were on the board. So yes. Next is spring quarter. And this is going to be the big expansion operation, which you will learn more about if you stick around with us. So this is going to be about stretching our roots across the state. That is the biggest goal. And then the next e-board will be up to them to decide what's next. Is it continuing to nurture these relationships across the state, or is it to form new relationships from other states across the country? I don't know. I'm not on the next e-board. But the process for this is basically to welcome people in from other schools and to build friendships with them and to nourish those relationships and help them to potentially start EARS at their campus. And so this is going to be the expansion process for spring quarter. And this is what the committees are working on in the coming quarters. So that's that. Finally, we have the fall attendance award and who it goes to. This is big. We're not going to tell you what the prize is yet, but we have a prize and we want to tell you in private. But here we go. Ethan, do you want to count down from 3? 2? No, you gotta count down from 3, man.
Oh, sorry, I thought you used drum roll. I just completely ignored you and just did a drum roll instead.
Yeah, you gotta count down.
Right, all right, 3, 2.
Maybe you should start from 5.
5?
Yeah.
I can't count. I'm a musician. I go to 4.
It's there. It's there.
Okay, ready?
Kirsten's here. Hi, Kirsten.
Believe in me. Believe in me.
Hi, Jack.
By the way, Kirsten is here.
Dude is showing.
Can you count down?
Guys, it's there. Do you guys
Are we
know
doing it? Okay, 5.
It's there.
Is it?
It's there.
Oh,
Go
there it is. There we go. Oh, it's a white
Congratulations, Andrew.
Thanks. Beautiful.
Yeah, Andrew won
Look
the
at you.
prize. And that's it, guys. If you ever want to reach out to us on the socials or email us at earsucr@gmail.com. That's the end of the presentation. On Monday, there's going to be an information session about songwriting to help ease us into the EARS Accelerated Release Program. So, yes, thank you all for coming. Let me make sure.
Any questions, perhaps?
Any questions? Did everybody get the Discord link? If there are new people here, I'm going to repost it right now.
Thank you. You've got a question. You've got a question. You've got a question. Everybody has no questions. This is great.
Any philosophy questions?
No.
Have you ever wanted something so bad that you?
Here's the Discord.
If that in the Discord, you can do that in the Discord for people who choose to subscribe to the philosophy channel on
Can
Discord.
I take the second to spawn the Instagram and the TikTok if you guys aren't following already?
No, we already passed that.
Well, this is a reminder. You got to close with it so that you
Go
remember.
for it. Go for it.
Follow your student group on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you.
Let me post.
gonna be-
What about the
Still haven't
plan?
figured out how to
What's
use
the
the
social
clock
media
to follow
committee
people,
plan?
but it's fun.
for
The
the
what?
what's the plan for the social media?
Our plan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
you
guys
just
have
missed it.
plans?
Be
Any
social
fun?
on the media?
To be
Just
yeah.
like work
Exactly.
I don't
stairs.
know what you want.
That's exactly what I
Exactly.
was getting at. Social on the
Wow.
media.
Wow.
Perfect.
We will
Question,
be announcing all the events, and it'll be great.
Not-
How?
I'm not even
Well,
gonna
we
get
have a
into
bunch
it.
of baller events coming up, and we're gonna have some pretty flyers to go with it. So stay updated on the
Watch
Instagram,
our
TikTok. That's where
stories.
and check out
yeah.
our stories. We have stuff like going on every day.
On the stories.
Yeah, Chloe, talk about the story. Yeah,
I don't want to
Great.
spoil it.
All right. Awesome, guys.
just go watch the stories.
This is the
We have
end of the
fun
meeting.
games.
Wait, what?
Everybody, if you haven't eaten dinner yet, go eat dinner. And we'll see you on Monday. So happy New Year.
Or on the Discord.
Or on the Discord. Yeah. Congratulations, Andrew. We'll
Wait,
see
hold
you
on.
guys.
Andrew's announcement.
Andrew has an announcement.
Robots? Is that okay?
Oh, to do your robot announcement?
Why don't
Yeah,
we,
you
why don't
wanna-
we, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Go ahead. So check this out. So Andrew and Hannah have a project called Robots. Go ahead and explain if
Yeah,
anybody
the
wants to
Robots
jump onto it.
project.
Keep it brief.
So we're doing we're planning to do a tribute album to the 2005 animated movie Robots, and want everyone to get in on it. We have like Hannah and I have like a bunch of songs already that could use collaboration. Like we want this to be like an ears thing, so like
What are you
everyone's
looking for?
collaborating.
Uh,
Everyone's like,
percussionists and live string players.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Like
So
songwriters.
side quest Robots.
Well, it's more than that. It's special, you know. It's the movie was.
It is special.
We're gonna make a plan for the robots project, and you guys will hear more about it in the coming days. All
Yeah,
right.
but if you're
Thank
interested
you
in
all.
looking more, hit them up on the Discord. They'll add you
Yes.
to the Robots channel.
Thank
All right,
you guys. We'll talk to you later.